OpenAI have released a new model, GPT Image 2.0, and as it suggests in its name, it is an image generation model. But wait, it has a lot more capabilities. My name is Samyong Do, and I review AI tools and look at AI in a theoretical aspect. And what we'll be looking at in this video is GPT Image 2.0. Well, OpenAI weren't really the best at image generation. Most users actually used Nano Banana, and Nano Banana actually excelled in a lot of aspects. The model that OpenAI actually had was Dall-E 3, and it wasn't really a rival to Nano Banana. It actually had 1K resolution. Now with the new GPT Image 2.0, it has a lot more features and also reasoning capabilities. When I said reasoning capabilities, let me explain. ChatGPT Image 2.0 is a system that uses the GPT Image 2.0 model. So since it's a system, it has more abilities, and reasoning is the first one. It's also able to perform web search, meaning that if you are making an infographic or you are making a poster, it would have the latest information. It also has 99% text accuracy. So the text in your images won't have spelling mistakes or the generation won't look distorted. Now, it also does self-evaluation, meaning that before you receive the image, it had already evaluated it. GPT Image 2.0 has reasoning and multilingual text. This is where it's actually the strongest, and I'll show you a lot of the comparisons so you could actually see it. Now, know that it's actually the best model at the moment, and literally everybody is using it. You could actually find it on the chatgpt.com website, and all you have to do is hit create image, then you just write the prompt and then you would receive your image. For instance, right here, what I'll be doing is I'll be uploading a reference image. Right here is my prompt. Include 2 dogs sitting next to me. This is an image of me sitting right there, and then we can actually send this and wait for our response. And right here is our resultant image. This image is exactly the same like the original one, and also the dogs are seamlessly included. Now what I'll be doing is I'll be showing you guys a few images which I actually generated. So number one, we are looking at YouTube thumbnails. This is one which I actually made. This was without a reference image, and what we have is this right here. This is high quality. You can see that the text right here is actually very consistent, including even the angles. You can see the resolution is high quality. So what I'd actually done next is I'd uploaded an image of myself, which was a reference image, and then I requested the same thumbnail, and this is the result right here. And I'm really impressed with how it had actually made it. You can really see the consistency in my face. It looks exactly like me, and really the effects are amazing. Now I'd also made another request, and this one is another thumbnail, and this is beautiful. What I was really impressed by was more so the way that it actually listens to your prompt. The style I wanted more so was a Mr. Beast YouTube thumbnail, and what it had right here is pretty amazing. The only downside was the consistency of my face. This is another thumbnail which I'd received right here. Once again, the only downside is the consistency of my face, yet the thumbnail is pretty amazing and it would actually be used. Next up, I looked at making infographics. This is actually the first one it had made for me. This is local large language models versus the cloud large language models. This actually holds a lot of information, and also the color scheme is amazing. The text is pretty consistent, as you can see all over, and also the icons are minimalistic. It's not really looking like it was AI generated. It looks very professional. Now another one which I looked at was on neural networks. What I was looking at most is the diagrams. You can really see the diagrams right here are actually spot on. More so the one which is right here. You can even see it includes graphs. and also the formulas in mathematics, really showing the capabilities it has. This is another one. This is on appendicitis, and this is pretty amazing. You can see that more so specifically, the diagrams and the images are spot on, and also the placement of the text. I'm actually in love with this. Now another one is this one right here. The information which is in this image is well dispersed, which is what I actually enjoyed about this one more specific. So for instance, if you are like a lecturer or you are a tutor, this would help your students a lot more. One other aspect which many people enjoyed was the posters it makes specifically for football. So I had uploaded an image of Lamine Yamal and also an Arsenal jersey. Yes, I know they are bottling the league, and this is the output right here. It had actually made a poster using Lamine Yamal, and this is pretty impressive. You can see that the consistency is there with the jersey and also the pose. This is actually a production ready. Graphic designers really have to improve now, is because this is crazy. Next up, one with Ansu Fati. Looking at it, also pretty amazing. We also have one with Haaland and Real Madrid, and really the consistency once again is there, and it looks like he's actually wearing the jersey, which is what I'm actually amazed about. And the model actually really excels more than what you explain in the prompt, which is what I love. This one was actually the best generation I'd received, besides the faces of Mbappe right here, which are looking a little bit, distorted. The rest of the image is pretty impressive. Now, one other thing you have to take note is that I actually use longer prompts that are a lot more detailed so that I could receive these results. So for instance, this here is one of the prompts used right here, and this is what I actually received. Lastly, we had one on Vinicius Jr. Now I actually forgot a few of the information, it's why it was read like this. But this is actually the final one, and the poster is pretty impressive. Look at the positions he's in. For instance, right here is doing a bicycle kick, and mind you, these are some of the positions which Vini has never been in, yet it managed actually to put the face of Vini and also the Chelsea jersey, and also surrounded with a lot of the landscape in London, specifically where Chelsea is based. One more thing is that these models actually generate images of humans, and we usually see that these images are AI generated. If you would actually want your images natural, this model would actually be the best, because look at this image right here that I made of a boy. So essentially this is a mirror selfie, and this image is pretty hard for you to actually detect that it was AI. Looking at the light right here that is actually bouncing off and over here, and the consistency is really there. Here's another image which I had also generated once again, and this one I'm actually impressed on. There are a few things which would make you think it's AI, yeah, but one of the factors which makes it a lot more convincing is their hair. If you look at the way the light hits their hair, it's really consistent, and also the back right here, it's blurred out in a way that this image was made using a phone, which I'd also specified in the prompt right here. This image, you would also negotiate whether it is AI, but it's not so much looking like it is AI. But this is how it looks like. Well, I'd asked for a man eating a pizza with a milkshake and a traditional pizza oven behind him. Now, another aspect is the way that it actually generates art. And what I'd actually done is I'd uploaded 3 images of myself right here. And what I wanted was a French New Wave theatrical poster, okay? And this is what we had actually received right here. This is pretty much amazing. This is pretty much amazing. This is one of the posters I'd actually liked the most, and it's really unique. Now imagine what else you would actually write in your prompt and receive, if you can receive this out of one single prompt. Now another thing which I'd also done is, well, I wrote a long prompt there, and this is what I'd received right here. This is actually one of the images where I was really impressed and I knew the model has a lot more potential. So looking right here, the way that it merges a lot of images and ideas and includes me in the middle here, and you can see right here there's a small transition from zero opacity and 100, and this is just amazing. Now this is another one once more again, and I'd actually improved the prompt, and you could also specify specifically the text you would like in here. As you can see right here, this is what I'd written there, and I'd written this. You can also specify what you would like around you. If you look well, it actually has a lot of things which is AI, science, and also programming right there with the Python, mathematics, neural networks there, and a few things from video games. Lastly, what I created was this right here. This is manga, and this is pretty good. You could actually see that it's written in Japanese, and the images of me are pretty consistent. Okay, now you could actually make your own manga using this, and if your prompt is really amazing, you could actually have it in dub. One other capability which I actually loved is the poster generation. This one is pretty amazing. Once again, this is a reference image so that it knows which image it should use, and I wrote out a prompt right here, and this is the poster that I had received right here. This is really one of the most impressive things I had looked at this model. As we have mentioned and seen, is that the consistency in the characters are literally 99% accurate. Looking at all this information here, which I'd actually specified, and including also the theme, meaning that yellow and blue was also specified. It even included the Python logo. So I assume it actually has a lot of information in the model. The model was actually trained on a lot of information, specifically logos, humans, and even images of a lot of other things. And this is another one which I'd made right there, and it also includes QR codes. You just specify and you upload your QR code, or you could actually ask it to make for you a QR code, which actually works. So this is right here. Once again, the theme is red now, and it has different information. Don't worry about layouts. It also has different layouts, as you see in the next image. This is another image once again, and this one has a lot more information. You could also specify different layouts and how you would want it, looking at the theme, which is white, green, and also teal, which was used right here. And this one is what I'd said had moved me the most, because this is actually the best ever poster I've ever had, and it tells me right there. And mind you, these are just made in less than 3 minutes. It's because you have to wait for it to actually load. So you have already a full-on poster which actually has a QR code which works. That's the most impressive aspect of it. So those are the results which I'd actually received. My thoughts are that this image model has really advanced a lot. What I can say is that it is already the best. It has actually exceeded Nano Banana Pro, and what I'm seeing here is really crucial. Is because literally everybody will be using AI now to actually generate their images, specifically the graphics. It could also be used also for learning, for instance, as we had infographics like these right here, which are high quality. Like you can actually learn from these and use them in a classroom setting. This model is really improved, and I would really want to see a lot of use cases of it and really see how it can advance a lot more. Let me know what you actually think about this model. Do you think it would actually replace the lower tier graphic designers. Now in my next video, I will be doing a comparison between GPT Image 2.0 and Nano Banana and looking at how their outputs look and also in the different settings. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you hit like and subscribe for more videos like this.